This is a panel on the topic that yoga often gets reduced to, and that is embodied yoga. Obviously, the transnational modern yoga movement very much focuses on embodied yoga, and actually embodiment has always been a theme in yoga traditions, perhaps not with the degree of emphasis that it has in modern yoga, but certainly it's always been a theme. So it'll be interesting to hear what our next panelists will have to say, starting with Samani Pratibha Pragya. Samani Pratibha Pragya received her PhD in Preksha meditation, history and methods from SOAS. At present, she is working as a visiting research fellow at SOAS with Dr. Flugel on Theravada data pertaining to the Jain prosopography project, which I do not know what that is. I would love to hear more about that. She is a Samani in the Jain Theravada lineage, and she's the spiritual head of an authorized Preksha yoga and meditation tradition as a teacher. Please welcome Samani Pratibha Pragya.
Hello, Omarham, Jai Jinendra, and yes, thank you, Kogan, for introducing in a way. Finally, I'm a Samni, and yes, the yotsarga is the practice, which is the part of everyday life for monks, nuns, and Samni. And therefore, I'm taking the yotsarga in a way that ritualistic and non-ritualistic forms. So here, non-ritualistic is the secular form, which is open to all. And mainly, I would like to introduce how the yotsarga prominently important, because this is the first practice and the last practice as well. And this is documented not only the Jain Agamas, but we can see a gradual development of yotsarga. Here, I would like to notice that Professor Leumann, he presented the Avashyaka literature, and there we can see that he said, like, Avashyaka has many models, and one of them might be before Mahavira himself, and the time of Mahavira, and after Mahavira. And I can add that, okay, the fourth, fifth model, that could be the recent and modern model, and modern model is non-ritualistic, and also it is a secular model. So this is one thing, but I would like to present this paper with the chronological framework. So early, like dating of the Agama is the Herculean task, and even nobody can claim it is perfect. So I'm on the same boat. So early canonical, late canonical, and medieval, and the modern period, because Jaina has specific interest to develop even commentaries on the Agama even today. So the textual resources for this paper is from Acharang Sutrakritang, Uttradhyan, the Svekalik, the core text, and Avashyak. And in the Avashyaka family, Avashyak Niryukti, Mulachar, Avashyak Churni, and so many more. And the medieval, I'm talking a little bit from the Jnana of Subchandracharya, Hemchandracharya's Yoga-śāstra, and the modern specifically, I'm taking from the writings of Acharya Mahapragya, and where he documented the yotsarga as a core practice of the Preksha meditation. And side by side, interestingly, he translated it, relaxation with self-awareness, which is, again, connecting modernity to the ancient practice, which is also a big question. And just, I would like to ponder on the etymology, and etymology of the yotsarga is kai and utsarga. So kai is a semantic term and derived from the root chi. And here, chi means to gather together. So the whole body system, when you modern system understand, then we have various system of the body, and the old system works like an orchestra, and then the whole body is depicted. And utsarga means abandonment, derived from the root shriz and prefix ut and yotsarga. So this is the literal translation of the word. And yotsarga is a popular practice, and 21 tirthankaras are involved in this practice, every tirthankar, but the 21 tirthankara attain liberation in Kausaga Mudra. And it is the first part of the Avashakas among the six, and also an adjunct rite. It is a part of daily lifestyle. Iriyapathic kayotsarg, swadhyay kayotsarg, meditation kayotsarg, avashyak kayotsarg, pratilekhana kayotsarg, sanlekhana kayotsarg, swadhyay bhumi kayotsarg, mandalik bhumi kayotsarg, numerous kayotsarg, and a huge list of atonement, which is also a ritualistic kayotsarg. But Mahapragya's relaxation, I think it is the first step of Preksha meditation. But when the Tirthankara attain the liberation and the Shailesi, very specific term, Shail means like a mountain, firm like a mountain, unmovable like a mountain. So that practice is the last practice on the highest level of Sukla Dhyan, when the time is only e, u, re, lri, or very small time. And in that duration, the Salesi Avastha comes. So that is the paramount of Kayotsarg. So early Kayotsarg, if we see in the Acharang, Kayotsarg term is not appear. Only Kayam Vosajjamani, an ascetic who has given up the body. Sutrakritang also, Vosattakai, one who abandoned the body. So it is addressed to a monk. Vosattakai bhikkhutti vache. And in Sutrakritang, one who abandons the body is called a mendicant. And similarly, Vosattakai term is very popular in the early strata of the canonical literature. But when we come on the Uttaradhyan Sutra, which is also a Mula Sutra, and also popularly known that it is the last Deshana of Bhagavan Mahavir, as last sermon based on that. So why Kayotsarg? The question is raised, and popularly, Goema is everywhere. Nobody knows how many questions Goema raised, but the question is, so Kausagena Bhante Jive Kim Jane, what is the result of Kayotsarg? And the answer is, by Kayotsarg, he gets rid of past and present expiatory rites, Payashchit, and thereby his mind set in ease like a porter eased his burden, and engaging praiseworthy contemplation and enjoyments of happiness. I adopted the translation of Jacobi, and here I feel that it is very, very important to understand the legacy of Kayotsarg, how one can feel that legacy, that through the Kayotsarg, one attain the happiness, which is very common, but burden of the karma, eradicating of the karma, and also setting the pathway for the contemplation. It means this is the substratum of the meditation. And after that, one can meditate very well because the meditative mind is ready through the yotsarga. The Swikalik Sutra also present a bhikkhu, one who does yotsarga over and over again, is a mendicant, a bhikkhanam kau saggakari. So thus, the treatment of yotsarga is in each and every state, a bhikshu has to do yotsarga, and this yotsarga is, I think, a balancing activity of like pravritti, means after activity, nivritti. So yotsarga is here in the beginning, we can see the early stage, it is mainly for the mendicant, it is a tool for the purification, eventually leads towards the liberation. Also, yotsarga is a concept of abandonment of body, might be it is indicating towards the last final phase of the life and fasting unto death. And no detailed procedure is given at this stage. And we can see the yotsarga in Uttaradhyan, Dasvekalik Sutra is more developed than Acharang Sutra. The late canonical, so the Avashyak yotsarga, which is the part and repeatedly presented in Pratikraman, and here the main Prakrit part is available. So making an additional effort, one who want to come out from the sinful activity, doing atonement, doing purification, extracting evil from myself, I stand in the yotsarga in order to end sinful acts. With the exception of inhalation, exhalation, so here's the procedure. If you stand in the yotsarga, might be some voluntary act you can stop, but the involuntary act is not in the hand, like blinking of the inner eyes, blood circulation, sneezing, coughing, and so many more. So here I say that these are exceptions during the yotsarga. And also yotsarga is prescribed for the monks, nuns, and also a practice for the householders, those who are doing everyday pratikraman, daytime, 4 logas, nighttime, 50 logas, and in some tradition, 4 logas, and fortnight, 12 logas, and for monthly, 20 logas, and yearly 40 logas. So what is that? Here in yotsarga, what a person does in the logas. So here, no movement of the tongue, no movement of the body, just with breathing, because breath is counted, which is here, we can see the involvement of the breath and the standing or sitting or lying down position, but mostly in pratikraman, in the standing pose of the yotsarga is accepted. So here we see the atonement for every day, every night, every 15 days, which is popularly known Pakhi Pratikraman, Chaumasi Pakhi Pratikraman, 4 monthly and yearly. So the rate of breath is increased. And very, very interesting that this meditation is the tool of purification. So Avashaka has many connotations for the yotsarga. It is a use list, and I'm not going to read everything, but the abandonment, giving away, removing, sweeping, and so many meanings of the utsarga. And similarly, I have not put here in the meaning of the body, because puri meaning of the body. So I think it is type of style during the Niryuktikar or during the Bhashyakar, but the idea developed time to time. The later text divide Kaya Utsarga in two types. The exertion is Chesta Kaya Utsarga. Abhibhav means overcoming any natural calamity or any difficult situation. So these two types of Kaya Utsarga are very important. Two category of Kaya Utsarga: merely standing, unmindful and unaware, that is Dravya Kaya Utsarga. And mindful state is Bhav Kaya Utsarga. So Lokik and Lokottar, two types of Kaya Utsarga. You see, if someone have to call a deity, someone needs some help, someone wants to protect, if there is bad omen, bad dream, bad thing, and at that time there is Kaya Utsarga. So I think this is Abhibhav Kaya Utsarga. It is not only for purification, but the safety, security of the congregation. And interestingly, this Abhibhav Kaya Utsarga is deeply rooted. When someone in need, they can get different help for their life support. And there are numerous examples for the Abhibhav Kaya Utsarga, but I am very restricted to the time and topic, so I'm not going in the detail of Abhibhav Kaya Utsarga. The posture of Kaya Utsarga is Urdhva Kaya Utsarga, it means standing, sitting. Nisanna Kaya Utsarga, and lying down is Nivanna Kaya Utsarga. So the third one is the lowest, second is the middle category, and the standing is the highest category. And here you can see the mind-boggling, the longest duration of Kaya Utsarga. Hemchandracharya documented in the Swapagyatika that Bahubali at the statue of Bahubali at Shravanbelgola, Karnataka, we must visit. A 57-feet high statue exemplify the standing Kaya Utsarga over 1 year period. Historically, the longest duration of the Kaya Utsarga. So, which is, I think, commonly not easy to practice, but it is. And Acharya Mahaprabhu is sitting in the sitting Kaya Utsarga, a child in the lying down posture. So you see, the late canonical period, during that time, the substantial development of the phenomenon of the Kaya Utsarga and complex and extensive list of the Kaya Utsarga is attached to that time, and a whole section of more than 100 slokas are dedicated in Avashyak Niryukti and Kaya Utsarga practice, prominently monastic affair, but slowly moving towards the common masses. And here we can see the practice of calling goddess and goddess potentially for the worldly boons, or sometime purification of dullness of body, intellect, and development of the contemplative mood. So all these are the medieval development of the same practice. And the medieval period, if we see the 8th to 16th century, and the Acharya Shubhachandra and Hemachandra, so here we can see the term Hemachandra used, Shithili Karan, the first included as a part of meditation. And here, no detailed description of the Shithilikaran. Is it the same which is today relaxationism? But it is there, and the term, and the clear evidence of the practice that it is different from the acharang, and here indicate the complete bodily relaxation also. And Kayutsarg in the modern practice, so in 17th to 19th century, not much development has seen in ritualistic term, but here, the 20th century, it's a renaissance of this yogic boom in the worldwide community and across the Jaina sect, and interesting development in the meditative techniques. And Mahapragya developed the Kayutsarg, which is as a monastic practice also. Through his own autobiography, he says, I practice daily ritualistic practices, morning, evening meditation, and after different chores of the life of a monastic, I used to do Kaisag, but the transformation in the personality or uprooting some bad habit and making it a renew personality, that is not possible through the ritualistic way. Ritualistic way could be a liberating tool for the soul, but Mahapragya's representation of Kayutsarg maintain original position, and also he opened the door at any way. If you can do in sitting, standing, in three modes, but any mode, if you want to do Kayutsarg, you can do. Sometimes elderly people, some are ill people, and many research, more than 50 research carried out through Jain Bharati University, with the gadgets, with the development of the various brain waves and testing of the blood, the sugar, the system of endocrine, and various medicalization of the Kayutsarg can be seen through those more than 50 theses and research articles. And All India Medical Institute also carried out some research through the Kayutsarg in the leading professional medical professionals, and the collaboration of the meditative teachers. So that is also a landmark of the modernization of the ancient and century-old tradition. And here I can say that Mahapragya developed his own model, and that we can try to see through the first stage. He taken relaxation, shithilikaran, from toe to the top of the head. Second stage, at the Kayutsarg move through the gross level to subtle, and a practitioner penetrate deep inside and feel the pranic movement in the body, and the prana here, vital force, and this vital force can be experienced. The third stage of the Kayutsarg move from subtle to the subtler levels, and here the oral colors, the leisha, can be seen, and the some can feel the difference between the gross body, Avadarik Sharir, and the fiery body, Taija Sharir. And this stage is also can be seen in the modern popular development in the psychology, the states of the various states of the psychological movement. And here, the altered state of the one who are in the deep stages of the Kayutsarg. Fourth stage is moving towards the subtle level, and at that time, one can experience the level of karmic body. So the discriminating state means Bheda Vigyan of that stage. So this is, I have a lot more examples from Acharya Mahapragya's life and others practitioners who are very deeply engaged with Mahapragya's movement and those who did, and also my own personal experience of the altered state during the Kayutsag, but time has its limit. But where I can see that a new development of the Kayutsag at the various conscious level, and the formative influence, if we study in this whole package, modernized package, which is, of course, Jainized package by Acharya Mahapragya, the scientific exploration, so complete relaxation. And here I can see many articles are available by other yogic tradition. And here I would like to make a difference with the Yoga Nidra of Munger Bihar School, Savasana of the yogic tradition, because here awareness is the key. And moving towards the development of this Kayutsag, Acharya Mahapragya himself accepted the Dr. Herbert Benson's relaxation response. We have studied it, and it influenced Acharya Mahapragya's making of the modern Kayutsag, and Kayutsag is now presented in an effective practice for the combating stress and to be amazing in the corporate world, in the schools, in the colleges, and fast learning track, also meditation towards the meditation. So it is, moved towards a more secular practice. And Mahapragya given this practice, even one can use in the medicalization of the yoga, and many therapeutic aspect he presented in his book. So I'm not going in much detail, but he accepted the Benson's instruction, stretch and relax.
Samaniji, we're about 4 minutes over. If you could come to a stopping point, that would be great. Thank you.
Yes. I'm concluding. So the notes on the direct impact on the endocrine system, which is also raised some questions that is it possible? Yes, the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems balance, and many more benefits he talked, and this therapeutic use of Kayutsag, and also the educational mode and the rubric of the science of living, which is prominently a department at Jain University, Preksha, Meditation, Yoga, and Science of Living. So more than 1,000 students passed out from this course, and they are working in different area. So finally, I would like to say, soteriological point of view, Mahapragya's explanation of Kayutsag, he defined Kayutsag as a self-realization through the abandonment of the body, and emphasize on the experience of the separateness of the body and soul, which is popularly Bhed Vigyan. And rationally, he said it is an element of the Jain yoga, purifying the self, eliminating the karma, and also relaxation of the whole body is a necessary prerequisite for experimental realization and separateness of the body and soul. And there is not two separate practice. Sometimes we say it's Kayutsag is Kayutsag because it is the ancient Jain practices. But we can see through our study that what was only a single word from Vosakta Kai, Vosakta Chatta Dehe, and now they traveled from the centuries and finally assimilated so many things in Kayutsag and modernization of the Kayutsag. So in conclusion, I would like to say that it is a synthesis of the ancient and modern practices, and successfully Mahapragya synthesized the original concept of the Kayutsag with the innovative elements of the modernized science and psychology, and also he integrates both for the monastic and lay community, and it is open to all in a secular practice which is available to all. So thank you for having me, and now I would like to conclude that this is a thread of Jain Yoga which traveled through centuries, the air of time, the color of time, and the thoughts of time all are assimilated herein. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Simaniji. That was absolutely brilliant. There is so much. I think I have more questions on your talk than any other one so far. I must have written 10 questions down here. Brilliant. So everybody, please hold your questions till the Q&A section.